Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. We apologize for the lateness. Technology, you know, Facebook and Zoom sometimes just don't talk to each other. And so here we are this evening and we're going to be chatting about women's health and how we can use essential oils and doTERRA's amazing products to support our bodies. So we've got a couple of people have joined me on Zoom. Others are going to be joining on the Facebook. So why don't we just say hi, where we're coming in from. I'm Natasha Giles, CEO and founder of the Do It Pure Facebook page and the leader of the Do It Pure team. And I've got some of my team and some of my customers on, and then others will be joining as well. So let's just welcome each other and say hi, where you're coming in from, and then we'll take it from there. So who's going to go first? Is it Renee? You're on the top there.
Hi, everybody. I'm Renee. I'm from Pretoria and very excited to join and to learn more. So looking forward. Thanks, Natasha.
Awesome. So great that you're joining us tonight. And I'm sure you're going to learn lots and just enjoy it. Have fun. Awesome. Hey, Leet, where are you coming in from?
Hi, everyone. Okay, I am from Barberton, Mpumalanga. So yeah, it's exciting to be on this class, and I hope everyone will enjoy the information that will be shared.
Fantastic, great. Nora, where are you coming in from?
I'm here from Groblersdal in Limpopo, so the very top of South Africa, or close to the top at least. Yeah, and so happy to be here and to hear from Louise tonight.
Awesome, great. And yeah, so we have Louise Lotz. She's coming in from Cape Town, and Louise is actually going to be sharing with us this evening and just giving us some tips. And so, yeah, we're really excited to be able to hear from Louise. And, you know, my journey literally started with essential oils pretty much around this whole topic. You know, so I actually started with using a couple of the oils, and Louise is going to share, and then we can all just chat and go from there. So Louise, without any further ado, sorry, it's, you know, we got started a little bit late, but hey, we're going to give you all the time that you need. So great coming in and just sharing with us. Thank you, Louise.
Thank you, Natasha, and hi everybody. I'm coming in from Deep River in Cape Town, and I am very pleased to be telling you a little bit more about women's health, and I hope that you will all enjoy the evening, and thank you for spending the time with us. So a little bit about myself. I've been using doTERRA's essential oils since the end of February in 2018. And prior to that, I have always been a very strong advocate for natural health. And I absolutely believe that our bodies are created in such an amazing way. And actually, we know how to heal ourselves. We just need to tap into our bodies and listen to what our bodies have to say to us. And every time we have a symptom or something, that is our body giving us a message, and we just need to know how to interpret that message and, you know, what we can do from a natural perspective to support ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I must say that we were talking a little bit earlier about oregano oil. So when I got my first kit, my first experience, because I actually was sick, I had the flu, and it was actually extremely hot. So it was very uncomfortable, and I had an incredibly sore throat. I always drink honey, lemon, and ginger. So I had my lovely mug of honey, lemon, and ginger in hot water. And I decided, right, I'm now going to put in a couple of drops of lemon essential oil and a couple of drops of oregano essential oil. And believe you me, you actually need one drop, if not a toothpick of oregano oil. Anyway, stirred it all in, drank it happily, and actually it was quite fine. It was a little bit burny, but you know, I'm used to ginger, so it wasn't that bad. Anyway, the last little dregs in the cup, I swigged it down and I swallowed it, and bang, I tell you, what a burn. It frightened away my sore throat. The next day I was absolutely fine. It was incredible. So that was my introduction to doTERRA's essential oils.
Absolutely. They're so potent. We don't realize actually how potent they are. And you really just need a little bit, like Louise said, just that toothpick. It's all you need,
Yeah.
just to swish it around and do that. But yeah, absolutely. It'll frighten anything away. So fantastic, Louise. Awesome. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
And then just to clarify that I am not a doctor. I don't have any medical background whatsoever. I studied at Stellenbosch University, in consumer science, and one of my majors was nutrition. So I work in the food industry, and I have a very strong interest in nutrition. And I'd just like to make it very clear from the start that although I am not a huge advocate of normal allopathic medicine, I don't avoid going to the doctor if I really need to go to the doctor. And I encourage people, please go to the doctor, unless you think it's something that's, not very serious and you can, pip it before it actually develops into something more serious. And we also need to make it very clear from the start of the presentation that any of the statements made in this class about any of the essential oils or products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and the products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So with that said, let me encourage you all to think about the reason why you joined up here this evening to hear all about this class, or about the subject of women's health, which is quite a controversial and broad subject. So why did you sign up? First of all, what's holding you back from achieving optimal health? And what would make our time together most valuable for you? I'd like to encourage you all to pop down any questions that you might have in the Facebook page. And one of us wellness advocates will pop in there and answer your questions. If it's not now during the live session, it will certainly be afterwards. We will also pop in some links for additional information and ideas. So yeah, enjoy the class.
Absolutely. And just make sure that if you stay in all the way, we actually have a gift for somebody. So be sure to pop your name in now, where you're coming in from. And we have a lovely gift that we're going to be sharing. There is a question that's going to be asked. So, yep. All right. Take it away, Louise. Thank you.
Okay. So when it comes to women's health, there are a variety of products that make strong health claims, but could cause side effects that are potentially more damaging than the condition you are attempting to support. So always make sure that you're reading your labels, and make sure that you're also doing a little bit more research than just taking everything at face value. I always encourage everybody, I'm going to tell you something. I believe that I'm a trustworthy person, but please do your own research and, don't rely solely on what other people are telling you. It's very important that you empower yourself with the knowledge that you need. There's a really great article in doTERRA's doTERRA's magazines. It's actually on the website, and it's called Women's Hormonal Health. That link will be shared on the page. So why doTERRA? This is probably the question that I get asked more regularly when I am sharing essential oils, because there's so many different brands on the market, and particularly here in South Africa. I mean, you can go into Dis-Chem or Clicks or, into the pharmacy, and you'll see a plethora of choices on the shelf. And, my thing is this, like, I go in there and I'm like, ooh, okay, this was before I got to doTERRA, obviously. Which one do I use? And mostly I was using them for the delicious smells, which I also now realize were not as delicious as doTERRA's oil smells. So one of the reasons that I chose doTERRA is because of their co-impact sourcing. And what that means is that we source oils from all over the world, so that each oil is derived from the indigenous environment. So that means that when they are grown and harvested in the proper altitude, climate, seasons, and soil, you end up with a far superior product. So we can grow lavender in our gardens, and we can distill our own essential oil. And we can go and grow lavender in America, and we can distill our own essential oils. The thing with that is that the quality and the consistency of that essential oil is going to be different. So that is why this point is so important, and why you obviously end up with a superior product. So this is where doTERRA's commitment to purity begins. And the second main reason is that the oils are CPTG, certified pure tested grade, which means that doTERRA actually believes so well in their oils that they will test every single batch of oil. They do, I think it's 58 tests, of which I think 8 of them are third-party tested. So the rest of the tests are all done in-house in the doTERRA laboratories by a huge team of scientists to make sure that consistency, quality, and all the constituents that are in the oils are actually there in the right quantities. Also to make sure that there are no fillers, no synthetics, no dyes, no pesticides, or any contaminants of any kind, and that they're just pure, unadulterated oils. So doTERRA created this standard as a promise of purity, and each and every batch is third-party tested, as I said. So you can be absolutely confident in not just their purity, but also their potency. So there are 3 ways that you can use essential oils. So the most, I think, common way that, well, I mean, there's 2 really common ways. The one is topically. So when you apply your essential oils to areas of your body that need support, and they will then reach the bloodstream within 20 seconds. Isn't that incredible? And then they are distributed through your bloodstream through the rest of your body within 20 minutes, which is amazing. It's really best to dilute the oils in a carrier oil, so something like fractionated coconut oil, which if you have any kind of skin sensitivity, or for children or elderly people whose skin is a lot more sensitive than general population, always dilute with some kind of carrier oil. If you can't, the bottoms of your feet are a really good place. They're far away. If it's not such a nice smell like oregano, you don't want to smell like pizza. So you can put the oils on the bottoms of your feet, and it also is very effectively taken into your bloodstream and to the rest of the body. So you can also apply the oils on the back of your neck or up your spine. Also, again, use a carrier oil for that application. The second kind of application is aromatically. So you know that that is smelling the oils. And of course, everybody loves to smell nice, and everybody has got memories of wonderful smells and also memories of terrible smells. So you would then take an oil, you would put a drop of the oil, and I'm using frankincense here because it's a lovely calming oil, into the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, and have a lovely deep few breaths, which goes directly through your olfactory bulb, which is situated here at the top of your nose, into the limbic system of your brain, and from there it goes to the rest of your body, and affects you on an emotional, mental, many different levels of support that it provides. So you can also diffuse. So I've actually got my diffuser going over here. This is a lovely little diffuser that I have attached to my laptop at the moment because it's not charged, but this is a mobile one that you can walk around with, and it actually is small enough that you can put it into your drinks compartment in your vehicle. So that's also nice. You can calm yourself while you're in traffic. So there are other ways that you can smell. You can also use it on diffuser jewelry, or you can use it on a scarf or something like that. So those are all ways that you can use the oils aromatically. And then lastly, the third way you can use them, and I can only recommend that you use doTERRA oils in this way, is actually internally. So in that way, you would take the same frankincense and put a drop underneath your tongue, which is called sublingual. And that goes directly into your bloodstream very quickly. And frankly, it doesn't taste delicious, I promise you, but it works like a charm. So doTERRA is the only brand that I would trust to use internally. Please make sure that if you're going to use any essential oil internally, you will see actually on the essential oil bottle that it should say it's a supplement. I'm just trying to see if there's a bottle here, but where's my peppermint? Sorry, I'm battling to see in this light here. Anyway, doTERRA's essential oils, a lot of them, I won't say most of them, a lot of them are able to be used internally, which means to say that you can put it in your mouth, you can put it in some water. So I drink essential oils in my water every single day. Make sure you're not overdoing it. Because of the purity of these oils, rather err on the side of caution than going overboard, because that is also not good for you. Just remember that plants use the chemical compounds, or which is what the essential oils come from, actually as protection as well as healing. So just be aware of that when you're taking the essential oils internally. So the other way that you can do is you can actually put it in a veggie cap, which is just an empty capsule. I've got some veggie caps over here. You just open up the veggie cap and pop the oil inside. I don't know if you can see that. And you can take it as a normal capsule. So that's another very effective way of taking the essential oils internally. You can also use it in your tea if you like, which is also delicious. Okay, so my goal during our time together today is to help women who face the following. If you feel completely drained of energy each day, if you put everyone's needs ahead of your own, you know that your health is important, but you are not creating the time for it. You're beginning to lose passion for things that you once enjoyed. You are concerned about aging, but you feel this is inevitable, or you have the burning desire to look and feel better than you do right now. So listen up. Let's start with the educational process together. So I would like to empower you to support your own health and wellness using essential oils. One area that elicits a very high level of stress for women is their hormones as they age. That article that will be posted on the group is a really good article to have a read through if you enjoy reading those kind of things. And I want to focus on one paragraph that I believe captures the essence of this potential health challenge. So it's a simple fact. Hormones get blamed for a lot. Bad moods, aggressive moments, even sad days. Deserved or not, it is clear that hormones play a significant role in many of the body's functions. Because the hormones affect such a wide range of physiological processes, it is important to maintain hormonal balance. Hormone change can cause a wide variety of physical and emotional symptoms. Estrogen and progesterone are the main steroidal hormones that affect women's health. Each of these hormones has a broad scope of functions that extend far beyond reproductive health. In fact, female sex hormones influence energy levels, sleep cycle, brain function, bone health, heart health, weight management, and many other factors. So, hormones often represent the gateway to many health conditions, which is why prevention in this area could be the catalyst of a significant better quality of life. Women can experience hormonal imbalance at any stage in their lives, and it's just your body's way of asking for help, as I said earlier. So what are hormones and what do they do? Hormones are special chemical messengers in the body that are created in the endocrine glands, and these messengers control most major bodily functions, from simple basic needs like hunger to complex systems like reproduction and even the emotions and mood. The body has many different hormones, but certain types have a bigger role to play in the body's health and well-being. Understanding these roles is important for those looking to protect and manage their health. For women, estrogen or estradiol is the main sex hormone. It causes puberty, prepares the body and uterus for pregnancy, regulates the menstrual cycle, and during menopause, the estrogen levels cause many of the uncomfortable symptoms that women experience. You really don't have to suffer, and that is why I'm hosting this class. Many women reach a point in their lives and start to believe that when I age, my beauty and my health will deteriorate. Are you prepared to accept that? This is caused by societal ignorance, and my motivation is to break it and help rewrite your story with you. So outside of a diet filled with high quality food choices and regular exercise, I'm sure you've heard that on repeat. doTERRA has got a few products that address these in supplement form. Unfortunately, they are not yet in our market, but believe me, they are coming. And I think it's quite soon. I don't know, but I just have this feeling in my gut. We've been told, I think for the last 2 years, that it's coming, it's coming. It's this product here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it a little bit later. So, some of the awesome essential oils that are available in our South African market, one is specifically designed for hormonal support, and that is Claricalm. So you can see here, it is the Women's Blend. It's a proprietary design to provide a soothing effect during women's menstrual cycle, and it offers cooling effects for the skin and balance for the hormones. So the uses of Claricalm would be during your menstrual cycle. You can apply it to your abdomen to experience a soothing and calming massage. You can, during moments of heat, apply it to the skin for a cooling, soothing effect, and diffuse for a calming aroma that helps soothe heightened emotions. And let's face it, PMS, heightened emotions, hello. The primary benefits would be it provides a soothing and calming effect during the menstrual cycle. It provides a calming aroma that helps soothe and balance your heightened emotions, and it helps balance your mood throughout the month. It's also extremely important to focus on nutrition when it comes to prevention. Any foods that are high quality and high in calcium should be included in your diet. Some options for you to consider are the following: organic or pasture-raised meat products. So I'm not one who believes that you have to be vegetarian or vegan to be healthy. I absolutely believe that our forefathers lived very, very healthily by being very simple in their diets and eating very clean foods that were very close to the earth, and generally that they supplied for themselves. They grew their own food and they went local, which is really important as well. I'm not a huge proponent of dairy just because I have a sensitivity to dairy myself. I am also of the opinion that dairy can exacerbate skin conditions like acne, for instance. But, you know, everybody to their own. And if you are going to go for dairy, I would go for the best quality dairy that you can, making sure that it is not, has not got any hormones in it. Then beans, sardines, salmon, green leafy vegetables, lots of fruit. And if you like eggs, go for the free range. And then also try to get in the sun. So we've been told for, I don't know how long, not to go in the sun. So I'm saying just be aware of when you go in the sun. But having sunlight actually hit your eyes first thing in the morning is so important for your melatonin levels. It's incredibly, more and more research is being done and being found how incredibly important it is actually for your circadian rhythm that you are exposed to natural sunlight. So if you cannot be seeing the sun as often as you'd like, also consider a high quality vitamin D supplement. The Lifelong Vitality pack does have very, very good hormones, vitamin levels in whole foods. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that now. So high quality supplementation is also important, and doTERRA Lifelong Vitality is a great choice. And the reason I'm going to tell you is because its arrival is imminent, and you will want to get these products into your hands and into your body. Okay. The doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Program makes taking the first step on the path towards lifetime of vitality and wellness convenient and affordable. The 3 core products of the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Program are Alpha CRS, XEO Omega, and Microplex VMZ. They're all formulated to provide you with a targeted level of essential nutrients and powerful metabolic factors for optimal health, energy, and longevity. So our lifelong health and vitality depends on many different factors, including diet, physical activity, weight management, rest, stress management, exposure to toxins, and inherited genetic predisposition for diseases or wellness. So while some of these variables are beyond our complete control, breakthrough scientific research is revealing many ways that we can influence and even control significant factors of aging and wellness. And more of this research is actually becoming known. And more also looking at more natural things than actually medicating for any reason at all. A long life full of vitality and healthy aging begins with providing your cells with the essential nutrients and metabolic factors to help them perform optimally. So when you buy these 3 products together, they actually come in a box like that together. You'll see the 3 here. Okay, this is actually a 1-month supply, but I've been getting these since I've joined doTERRA from America, so I import them, and it's extremely economical. Let me tell you, if you were going to buy 3 different sets of supplements from just a local really good brand, this will probably cost you less. So it's really economical. Even for me, with importing them, it costs less. So I know many of you wanted to know which doTERRA essential oils would be good to consider to support with prevention. So just a few of my personal favorites. Zendocrine, which I didn't bring the bottle now. Anyway, Zendocrine is called our detoxification blend. And every single day I have 2 bottles. In fact, this is the smaller one. This is a 750 ml. And I have a 1 liter stainless steel bottle, which I only drink spring water from Newland Spring. You've probably heard of Newland Spring. So natural water with 2 drops of Zendocrine and 2 drops of lemon. Really good for detoxing your body. And that is my water supply for the day, other than my hot water with lemon, honey, and ginger. 2 big cups, it's about a liter altogether, with honey in the morning, before I start with anything else. These I drink throughout the day so that my water level is kept sort of consistent during the day. So Zendocrine, and then also Purify, which I don't really use, but Purify is another good oil, helps to support healthy endocrine cleansing and filtering. So you use 1 to 2 drops under your tongue if you're that way inclined. I prefer to have it in my water. Or you can even have 3 to 5 drops in a veggie cap. So I showed you earlier what the veggie caps are. Those are also available from doTERRA. And then for hormonal balance, you can use clary sage. So clary sage is one of the oils in the Clary Calm blend. So clary sage, really good oil for hormonal balance, as well as clove. Believe it or not, clove is an extremely high antioxidant level. I think it's on the ORAC scale, which is the scale that measures the levels of antioxidants. It is one of the highest antioxidants level. I think it's over 1 million. Ylang ylang and neroli. So ylang ylang Beautiful, beautiful oil, really incredible for hormonal balance. Female hormones specifically, Clary Calm, which I've mentioned before, and then also Whisper. Whisper is such a lovely oil. This is a blend, and it's called Blend for Women. It comes in a 5 ml bottle, and you can use this as a perfume. It is incredibly beautiful smell. It's very soft. And you know, the amazing thing about it is I can wear this and you can wear this, and the smell on each of us will be different, because it actually it works synergistically with your pheromones. So it creates a smell on your body that is unique to you. So this is a beautiful, beautiful blend, and I would encourage you to get hold of that, even if it's just for the beautiful smell. But it does support you hormonally. And then for sexual energy, ylang ylang, again, aphrodisiac oil, smells beautiful. It's a lovely, sweet floral scent. And then some other oils, frankincense, which I took a little bit earlier, often called the king of oils. It promotes feelings of peace and overall wellness when used aromatically. Topical and internal use actually provides quite a lot of different health benefits. I'm not going to go into all of those health benefits right now, but suffice to say that frankincense, it's in our top 10 oils. Great oil to have. Rosemary is often used for cooking. I actually used some rosemary on my third eye, on my forehead this evening before I started the class, so I can actually maintain my focus. But it has long been revered by many cultures for its internal benefits and its energizing scent. It does actually smell beautiful. It smells, and it's quite strange, but very often the actual plant and the oil smell slightly different. I'm not quite sure why, but it's lovely. It's really a nice one. It's nice if you also make your own perfumes that you can actually put a drop of rosemary in, and it's just a different scent. Lovely. Lavender, always lavender. The Swiss Army knife of essential oils is often considered a must-have oil to keep on hand at all times because of its versatility. It includes calming and relaxing properties that promote peaceful sleep, and it also helps to ease feelings of tension. If you have issues to fall asleep or something like that, lavender is an incredible oil that, because of that, all I can do is I can describe the smell. It's got a beautiful, soft and calming smell. It like just makes you want to, you know, and many people find it very beneficial to help them with sleep problems. Then lemongrass, which is often a favorite oil for massages. It provides a very pungent, smoky aroma, and it offers purifying and toning benefits for the skin. It's also really great if you have any kind of muscular challenges, or sprains and strains and things like that. If you just use a bit of lemongrass, it's really supportive of those kind of challenges. Clove, as I said earlier, it's known for its ability to cleanse teeth and gums. Definitely a very well-known old wives' remedy for any kind of tooth or oral care. It is a stimulating and energizing oil that produces a warm and woody aroma. It's quite strong again. This is one of the hot oils, so if you're going to use it topically, err on the side of caution and definitely use a carrier oil. Sandalwood has a sweet, woody aroma, and it is a reflection of the soothing benefits of the essential oil. And you can use that for skin imperfections or to enhance your mood during meditation. Oregano, which I mentioned earlier as well, is, again, it's a very popular herb to cook with, but it also acts as a powerful cleansing agent, and it offers powerful antioxidants, extending its uses far beyond the kitchen. So Think natural antibiotic kind of thing. Really an awesome oil. If you follow sort of herbal medicine, natural kind of remedy, those kind of things, if you drink oregano tea, really, really a supportive tea to have. Marjoram, again, it's very calming. It has a beautiful soft smell, and it has a positive effect on the human immune and nervous systems. And it was once known as a symbol of joy and happiness in ancient cultures, which is quite interesting. Please feel free to list any questions or anything that you would like to know about any of these oils, or anything in terms of the conditions that are challenging you, because we all do actually love sharing doTERRA and helping people to come up with ways of supporting their challenges. Just going down a little bit in my notes here. You shouldn't sit around waiting for your health to deteriorate or to give up if you have been diagnosed with a condition, because like I've said a number of times during our time together, you control your health. I find that exercise is really a wonderful physical and emotional activity to keep your mind in the right place and also to improve your overall health. Make sure to create time for anything that moves your body and creates joy. So walking in the forest, those beautiful, what's it called, kingly or something like that. Just think essential oils, frankincense, think cedarwood, think sandalwood. Those are all the things that are floating around in the air when you go into the forest and making you feel wonderful. So you can do also things like rhythmic cardio, weightlifting, any kind of sports, dance, yoga, tai chi, walking, rock climbing, any of those things. Just move your body and do things close to nature. You will really feel uplifted and it will really benefit your health. Looking at some of the other oils that might be supportive for you. So yarrow pom, which I forgot to bring with me, but I think, I don't think I've got a bottle here. Anyway, yeah, I haven't got a bottle here. Sorry. It's the one oil I forgot. Yarrow pom is the blue oil. It's awesome. It helps sustain a healthy monthly flow. It also reduces the occurrence of discomfort. It helps to stimulate collagen production. So you can use it on your skin, which I do on a regular basis. It stimulates collagen production using it as a topical, in the topical way, or you can actually take a drop under your tongue. And many people do that to stimulate your body's own ability to generate collagen in your body. It's beneficial to maintain optimal skin, liver, breast, and blood sugar health. And it also supports healthy hormone production and healthy metabolism. Incredible oil. You know that the Roman army used to march with yarrow actually as one of the herbal medicines to cure whatever ills they might have. So whether, I guess wounds and things like that, because it's really, really good. It's a really good oil to have for those kind of benefits. And then for your memory. So if you are suffering with any kind of memory challenges, if I get overwhelmed sometimes, I find myself, not remembering things clearly, or, I literally just start doing this and then I go onto that and then I forgot what I was doing. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, rosemary, that's why I used rosemary. Peppermint, awesome, awesome, awesome. Really something that wakes you up. 1 drop of doTERRA's peppermint oil is 28 cups of peppermint tea. It is potent. And then frankincense, also really good for the memory. Really a fantastic oil for any kind of neurological condition, I guess, for want of a better description. And then if you feel anxious, the really supportive oils that you can use for any kind of anxiety would be lavender, elevation, which I've got actually diffusing right next to me here. Elevation is not going to be available for much longer. It is available at the moment in our South African market. And actually, if you enroll this month with a 205 PV order, elevation and adaptive are the two oils that are actually available for free. So it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful smell. I urge you to get your hands onto that. And then balance. Balance is the oil that I use absolutely daily. And if you go and Google balance and Dr. Hill's blood circulation experiment, honestly, I've experimented with this myself. You put it onto your wrist, okay? You can see my blood vessels are not very raised here. You put it on your wrist, and literally within, I don't know how many seconds, 30 seconds, my veins actually stand out. Incredible, incredible oil. I will not do without this one oil. I use it every single day. I put it on my heart center and actually in the crooks of my elbows. And a lot of people use this under their feet. It is called the grounding blend. So really, really a good oil. These are all the ones for feelings of anxiousness support. And then neroli. So neroli is beautiful. It smells delicious. And it's one of our new oils that is available in the South African market. If you are feeling sad or down and you need some support for that, lemon essential oil, any of the citrus oils are extremely well known for their emotional benefit of upliftment, of cheering people up. So lemon oil, think when you're peeling a naartjie or an orange and that lovely smell that emanates from it and how cheerful that makes you feel. That's exactly what that is this essential oil that's coming out there. Citrus Bliss is a blend of different essential oils, and it also has vanilla in it. It's a lovely, soft, sweetish smell. Melissa essential oil has got many benefits. One of them being that support for feelings of sadness. And frankincense, again, as I said, frankincense is the king of oils. It's one you must have. And then if you are looking for support for concentration, vetiver. Vetiver is another oil that actually is distilled from the roots, steam distilled from the roots. It's very long roots, and they're very deep roots of a grass, and I think it comes from Nepal. It is also an incredible oil to help you to rest. So if you need support in that way. Serenity is a blend. Did I bring my Serenity here? I thought I did. I did. It's got lavender in, and it's also got vetiver in. It's got a couple of oils that, oh, sorry, Haiti, you're right, Natasha. That's where it comes from. Serenity is a great oil. It is called the Restful Blend, the Calming Blend, sorry. Very, very good if you want to replace that medication that puts you to sleep. And lavender, of course, also works really well for concentration. Some amazing and inspiring international doTERRA leaders that are also doctors, like Dr. Maritza Snyders, has some great rollerball recipes for various support. And I'm going to share a couple of them with you. I don't have pictures and I can't share anything because I'm on my phone, but I am sure that the recipes will be shared. And also, please go and follow her on Instagram or Facebook. She is awesome. She has a podcast. She's written a number of books. So she's a well-known author of hormonal essential oil support. So the first one that I'm going to tell you about is the menstrual cramp relief roller. So that would be 8 drops of clary sage, 7 drops of lavender, 6 drops of frankincense, 6 drops of copaiba, and 6 drops of peppermint with fractionated coconut oil. And that would go into a 10 ml roller. So this is a 10 ml roller. Your general rollers are 10 mls. You could put that into a pretty one like this and top it up with your fractionated coconut oil. So I have my fractionated coconut oil in a glass bottle that I've just transferred into here with a pump top, which you can buy. It's very, very easy just to, you know, put it on the entrance and just pump your oil in. Less messy than, you know, trying to pour it out of a bottle. Then a spray. If you are having those feelings that you are getting a little bit overheated, I've got a nice big spray bottle here. And my spray bottle actually just has water and peppermint oil in it. But there is a really great one that uses 20 drops of clary calm, 10 drops of peppermint, 30 mils of witch hazel, and 30 mils of water. So that's a smaller bottle in a little spray bottle. And you can spray that on the back of your neck, on your chest, on your wrists, and your ankles, any of those places when you're feeling a little bit too hot. I forgot to say that the menstrual cramp relief roller, you obviously would apply that to your lower abdomen and massage into your abdomen to alleviate tension. You can, or cramping of your uterine muscles. You can actually use that with a nice one of those, either a hot water bottle or one of those bags that you heat up in the microwave. And it also helps to reduce the PMS symptoms. And then if you are somebody that gets overwhelmed often, this is called the Overwhelm Be Gone blend, which is 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of bergamot, 7 drops of clary sage, 4 drops of wild orange, with topped up with fractionated coconut oil, and give it a shake in your roller, apply to the back of your neck, your wrists, your temples, and the back of your ears over here. Then, if you are somebody who suffers from sugar cravings, I must say that I get those every now and again. A really good blend for that would be 2 drops of copaiba, 1 drop of peppermint, and 1 drop of lemon in a diffuser. Or if you want to make a roller blend, you can multiply those quantities by 10 into a roller ball, top up with fractionated coconut oil, and you can get instant support by applying those to your palms. Give you a rub like that, and inhale a few times, very deep inhales when you need them for those sugar cravings. And breathing this blend is the best way to curb your sugar cravings very quickly. Another useful oil for sugar cravings is fennel. So if you don't have fennel, fennel's a lovely oil. I love the taste of it. Some people don't like it. It's got that licoricey taste, but I actually would just tip the bottle and put it on the tip of my tongue. It's delicious. And it's also really helpful for sugar cravings. And then a hormone rescue roller would be, this recipe is very similar to the Superwoman roller, which is the one that I am offering as the lucky draw prize that I've made here. It would be 10 drops of clary sage, 8 drops of lavender, 8 drops of geranium, beautiful oil, one of my favorites, 4 drops of cedarwood, 4 drops of ylang ylang, top up with fractionated coconut oil, and apply that to your ovaries and to your pot points. You can also put it on the outside of your ankles, because those are pressure points for hormonal issues. And also you can apply to your wrists. Okay, you can do that 2 to 3 times per day. Very useful to have something like that in your handbag if you are suffering from any of those kind of conditions. Okay, so my goal of this class was simply to open your mind to prevention. I understand that maybe certain health conditions will impact your life regardless of your lifestyle choices. But what I also know to be true is that when you consume a diet rich with quality food, move your body regularly, and supplements with pure products derived from doTERRA essential oils, you are layering a foundation of vitality. So a true measure of beauty is the ability to take care of oneself and to put your own needs first. I do understand that for many people, it is extremely normal to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. I do that sometimes, and I must say that I suffer from sore shoulders. That's my body giving me a message that I'm carrying the weight of the world here. And although I don't expect that to change, I hope that you're able to carve out some space in your busy life to really focus on what truly matters, which is your health. Without your health, you have nothing. You really want to have a quality life with great health. So if you are anything like me, you're probably really excited. I hope you are. And I will hand over back to Natasha to say, what now? How do I know what to use and how do I get started?
Awesome, Louise. That was so informative. Thank you so much. Really amazing. Nora, do you have maybe just a little short little snippet as to how the oils have benefited you? Just share with us quickly.
Sure, just a very quick one. My hormones have been very regular throughout my life, but getting into the 30s and later into the 30s even, some other, actually menstrual pain has been one of the things that I've been dealing with, and just being able to support my body through that natural occurrence has been fantastic. And definitely, yes, the Clary Calm has been super supportive for that, just rolling it hip to hip, and then massaging that into the abdomen has been great. Even following that up with a little bit of deep blue, if that doesn't quite do the trick, then a little bit of that is just so comforting. It's got a warm feeling, that cool warm feeling. It's a bit like deep heat, but it's doTERRA's own muscle massage blend, and it's really supportive to those muscles that are busy cramping. And then sometimes I've gotten to the point where I'm just in too much discomfort that I end up grabbing my Clary Calm and Ylang Ylang, these two oils, and I put them in a veggie capsule, probably just plus minus 3 to 5 drops of each, depending on the discomfort that I'm in. If it's very hectic, obviously a couple more drops, but 5 would be the max of those. And then I will take that internally, and within a couple of minutes, that discomfort is starting to ease off. And so I've found that hugely supportive. At times I've even found my breasts have been quite tender. So rubbing Clary Calm on those and just not even having to massage it in, because right at that point you don't want to do anything more than that. And it eases up the discomfort. So those are the things that I've found like wowing to me, that they work so quickly and are hugely supportive to our female hormones. It's great.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you, Nora, for sharing that. Fantastic. Yeah. You know, the products are just absolutely amazing. You know, and as I said earlier, it's really, this topic is actually what got me started. So yeah, my first 2 oils that I ever used was Clary Calm and Serenity. And honestly, every single woman needs to have those. And then, you know, I switched over to Whisper and that kind of thing. So yeah, you know, it really is, it's so empowering to know that we have natural things that we can turn to. And sure, you know, as we said right in the beginning, we're not against doctors and that kind of thing, but we can begin to listen to our own bodies and start to actually say, what do they need? And then tap in to what really God has already given us, you know? So it's really, and you know, our bodies were created to heal themselves, and all these beautiful gifts of the earth that He's provided for us are just, it's just awesome to be able to do that. So yeah, so how, you know, going from here, you know, if you perhaps don't have a membership, you know, you kind of think, well, where would I get started? What could I do? So doTERRA literally have 3 ways in which you can, you know, either you're going to live doTERRA, you're going to share, or you're going to build, but just most people will just live doTERRA. Okay. And you basically get started with a membership. And a membership, if you get one of the kits of doTERRA, okay, now they've got, Louise mentioned the top 10 oils, all right, so this is the Home Essentials kit, right? There's the 10 top oils. Now I don't have my diffuser going here, it's a lovely petal diffuser. Louise, you might have it there. All right, the top 10 oils, and if you start, Louise has got the diffuser, all right, if you start with this kit, all right, pretty much, you know, it's got your lemon, lavender, peppermint, tea tree, oregano, frankincense. Then it's got you've got Zengest, you've got On Guard and Breathe, and your Deep Blue. And as I say, then you've got the diffuser. And then this month you would get, if you started with that kit, you would get Adaptive free. Okay, Adaptive is that restful, calming, get rid of stress blend, okay, and then elevation, which is the joyful blend, all right, one of doTERRA's very, very first emotional blend of oils. So you'd actually get these 2 free this month, right, if you started with that. So that would be 4,495 Rand, but then your membership is actually included in that. doTERRA also has a smaller kit, which is the Family Essentials kit. Again, the same top 10 oils, but these are in 5 ml bottles. The others are in 15 ml. So this one, you know, the Home Essentials is, you know, 3 times the volume. It's not 3 times the price, because this one, you also get a metabolic blend called Smart and Sassy with this one, a 15 ml. This one is 2,940. You will get adaptive this month with this kit as well, absolutely free. But you go for 1,500 Rand extra if you are able to. The Home Essentials kit would really be, you know, real good value for your money. There's a smaller kit, and we always would tell you to add in peppermint or breathe with it, because everybody needs peppermint, you know, especially if you want to be, as for women, you know, doing that cooling spritzer, you would want that. So that is the beginner's kit. You've got 5 oils inside there. Your lavender, your On Guard, your Copaiba, Balance is inside there, and Wild Orange is inside there. And then you've got that Deep Blue Rub that Nora mentioned. Really great kit, but definitely be throwing in peppermint or breathe into this one, okay? The other way is that we could customize a kit for you, all right? So Louise has touched on a lot of the oils that, again, specifically for women's health and that. So 445 is the membership fee, and then what you could do is we could customize a kit for you, and if you've got the Claricalm and Serenity and Balance, Balance, okay, there, the grounding blend, and Whisper, all right, those 4, you're looking at a price of 2,395 Rand. You would then get adaptive free this month as well, all right, because it's more than 100 PV order, and so you would get adaptive free as well. So there, you know, we can also look at just customizing things for you. It's really great to be able to actually support your body naturally. And I've been on this journey now for 7 years. I have not regretted one day of it. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So thankful. And just, you know, there's so many consumable things now that we can be using as well. You know, getting rid of all the toxins in our home helps to support our hormones as well, because so many of the products that we have been using in our homes, and perfumes and all those smelly things and that, literally are actually hormone disruptors. Does anybody know, and this is not the question I'm about to ask Louise's question, but does anybody know how many chemicals are in your just everyday things that women are putting on their bodies every single day? It's crazy. So I can't obviously see any notes here, people chatting, but it's like 68 different chemicals that women are applying daily to their bodies. And then we wonder why we have all these crazy hormones, okay? Because those things are really hormone disruptive. So it's great to be able to have doTERRA's natural products available. So the question that I'm going to be asking, Louise mentioned a woman that is an amazing doTERRA leader. She is a doctor. She's an author. And if you can pop down in the Facebook comments there what her name is, the first person that I will see after we've gone through here, and I'll check it all out, and the team will also be looking at it for me, is going to get Louise's Superwoman blend. All right, absolutely awesome. So I don't know who it is right now, just pop it in, and yep, we'll have a look at it, and we're going to send it off to you. So yeah, anybody got any questions quickly? Haylette, Renee, you're on here, so I can't really see anybody else's questions. Any just last minute comments as we're finishing up this evening? We want to be able to help everybody get these amazing products into your home. And so, yep. Any questions, Renee, or any comments quick?
Yeah, I just have a quick questions. Those, Louise, those, the vitamins that you were talking about in the box, it's vitamins, correct?
Yeah. It's actually, it's actually multivitamins. It's got omega oils, and it also has an energy complex. Really awesome.
Yeah, can kids use it as well, or is it just for adults?
I think this is a blend that's specifically for adults, but depending on the age of your children, I think probably older children can probably use. I only use half a dose, So, I mean, you could probably use a quarter dose maybe for teenagers. I'm not 100% sure. We'd have to check that out.
Yeah.
I know that there are specific supplements that are that have been formulated for children.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're not here yet.
Yeah. So I will answer that. So basically, yes, for teenagers, one would be able to use the omegas and the minerals and vitamins. I would not use the alpha CRS on teenagers because generally speaking, they're not going to have too much pain and inflammation, whereas that alpha CRS is actually going to be a lot of helping for that pain and inflammation and that kind of thing. So I know in the States, they have what they call just the daily nutrient pack, which is just the two of them, which is, just the omegas and the vitamins and minerals. We don't, at this stage, we don't have the children's vitamins and that, which would then obviously be for younger children. So, we are getting there fast, but there obviously is still a process to go through. And what I love about this, just want to throw this in here, is that doTERRA, why it's taken doTERRA South Africa longer to get these into South Africa is because doTERRA South Africa have gone through the whole, they call the CAM, the process, okay, where these are going to be certified as medicine, all right? So which is really awesome. They have gone through the whole thing where we've literally gone with the health department thing and that they've answered questions backwards and forwards, and it's being certified as medicine, which is absolutely amazing, which most of the products that you're getting out there, companies have not bothered to go through that process because it's quite tedious. It involves a lot of things, a lot of research. And so I'm so thankful that ours will actually be, and there's going to be a money back guarantee on this. If you use this for a month and within 45 days, if you let doTERRA know that you did not feel any better after using these products, you will actually get your money back. You write to doTERRA, they will refund you. No questions asked. Who gives you money back on supplements? doTERRA believe in their supplements. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question, Renee.
Yeah, it did answer my question. Is there open communication maybe to the people that's running doTERRA or whatever, to maybe get more information on younger kids? Because in the schools and now, I mean, if your kid just shows that they bored and not focused, then pop a pill, type of thing. So I'm on that train at the moment. So yeah, that's where my whole thingy is coming from.
Right.
Can I just say, from my personal experience, I did actually give my children, and my son, he was 10 at the time. I don't know how old your children are, but
You're 5.
okay, quite young. Yeah, that's a different story altogether. But you can definitely get a roller bottle, that kind of thing, that could probably help your child at this point in time. But around 10, I gave my son 1 tablet of that omega, and like Natasha was saying, those 2, which I felt was beneficial for him. But yeah, only around the age of 10 and older.
Yeah. Renee, reach out to us. We can assist you in trying to, give you some guidelines as to some of the things that you could use for younger children. We will actually even have a topic on that. We'll discuss that kind of thing. Yeah. So you reach out to us, not a problem. That'll be fine. Great. Hey, Led, do you have a comment as we're wrapping up?
No, I was just wanting to say to Renee, she's also welcome to contact me because I'm now sort of intensively busy with several parents now, having problem with children, because we've started a support group here in Barberton.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're welcome.
From Simone.
Awesome. Okay. So Norin popped a message to me here letting me know that we have Renelle who actually commented first. Is that correct? Nora, is that what you're trying to tell me?
From Brink, I believe. Yeah, as the first one, and then Karen was soon after her. I could have been around the same time, but that's how they came through.
Okay, all right. So we'll check that out. We'll verify all of that, and then we'll be sending out a rollerball to you. So yeah, pop some questions if we just reach out to us, and we'll be able to get that off to you. And yeah, I will pop in some of the links in that. If for some reason I can't go in on that specific link, I will actually share in another post on some of the things that we've shared tonight. Okay, so awesome, ladies. Thank you so much, Louise. It was, as I say, very, very informative. And we would love to be able to help everybody on their doTERRA oil journey and get you really going on these amazing products. So reach out to us. We want to be able to help you. So thank you, ladies. Have a fantastic evening. And hey, we'll catch you soon on another live chat. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening,
Thanks,
everybody.
Louise.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Natasha.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.